headed to my fridge and emptied out a pickle jar. I cleaned it really well and removed the label. I'm going to be using this thick jute twine that you can pick up at the dollar store. Hot glue works beautifully to adhere the twine to the jar. Now that all 6 pieces are in place, I want to cover the tops of the twine and the jar rim. Next, I want to add some of the twine around the jar.
Grab an assortment of frames. Remove any packaging, paper, or cardboard from the frames, as well as the frame glass. Using a strong adhesive glue, take an 8x10 frame and glue one short side of the frame to the long side of a 4x6 frame. Glue the remaining sides of the frames together. Use some painter's tape to hold the glued sides together until dry. Next, take 2 of the 5x7 frames and glue to the top of the box base, angled together on top of the frame box. Once the first half of the roof is glued and secured, glue the other 2 5x7 frames to the base. Once dry, I gave my greenhouse a couple of light coats of hunter green spray paint. Take some faux Christmas greenery stems, trim them to the height of the roof, and hot glue the stems to the base of the roof line. Add some holly berries and leaves at the roof line to cover the bottoms of the stems. Take a lightweight ornament and glue it by its string to the front opening of the greenhouse.
So we're going to flip this over and use a can opener to take off the bottom. This is going to allow you to get the ice lantern out nice and easy later on. So grab a few rocks and fill up the smaller can. We're going to place the little can inside the big can and fill it up with water. The goal here is for the water to go around the sides and the bottom. Once we have just the right amount of rocks so that the can floats, grab some painter's tape or some masking tape, and we are going to secure the small can to the large can. So once everything is secure, grab some Christmassy or winter floral pieces. So I'm just going to cut off some stems. You're just going to start sticking those floral pieces into the can. It is time to freeze this. When it is frozen, pull it out and head over to a sink. You can pop that bottom cover off, pull the tape off, and then I'm just running some warm water over the can. It's going to melt the ice just enough to pop this out. Remove those rocks from the middle and then fill that middle can with warm water, and that will slide right out.
Save your pickle jars, especially the large ones. They can make beautiful seasonal decor. Put it in a bath of warm, soapy water. Make sure you get that pickle odor out of there. Take that label right off. Start by grabbing a roll of contact paper. Cut out a little star shape, and I'm just going to trace it onto the contact paper. And I'm going to cut out about a dozen stars in different sizes. Peel the back off and place them all around your pickle jar. Once all the stars are placed, it's time to paint this. We are going to use a frosted glass spray paint. So once you've got 2 coats on there, grab a tweezer and we're gonna pull off those stars right away. I'm gonna use some rope from the dollar store and a Christmas sprig with some red berries and some green leaves. Once all the embellishments are on, I'm gonna use a battery-powered tea light to drop on the inside.
Grab 2 of these mirrors and then pick up some wooden dowel rods. Spray paint the dowel rods black and let them dry completely. Squeeze a small dollop of clear adhesive glue to the bottom of one of the dowel rods and then press it into one of the corners of the mirror octagon. Take your second mirror octagon and flip it upside down. Squeeze a small dollop of clear adhesive onto each corner of the mirror bottom. Flip it back over and carefully align the corners of the mirror with the tops of the wooden dowel rods. Tuck a small green wreath and colorful tree ornament into the bottom of your lantern and add a votive candle and festive jingle bells to the top.
Start by mixing together 1 cup of Epsom salt plus 1 tablespoon of clear or white glitter. Apply a thin layer of Mod Podge onto each glass vase and then sprinkle some of the fake snow on top. Continue this process around each vase. Showcase this adorable display with some battery-operated tea light candles and some string lights.
Head to your local salvage, vintage, or thrift store and pick up some white glass globes and thoroughly clean the outside. Crack open a bottle of decoupage glue and thickly brush the glue all over the glass globe. Hold the glass globe over a large bowl and sprinkle ground glass glitter over the entire globe. Gently press and pat the glass glitter onto the decoupage globe and then shake off the excess into the bowl. You will want to spray the globe with a clear spray adhesive. Take a string of twinkle lights and stuff them inside the glass globe.
I started by using E6000 to glue these two curved dishes together, and I let this dry for several hours. I placed some more E6000 on top of those dishes, and I placed my candle holder upside down on the top and let this all dry for 24 hours. The E6000 glued a round candle holder on top of the upside down candle holder, then put the brass insert that came with the candle holder back into it. E6000 glued a star candle holder onto the round candle holder, and I let that dry for 24 hours. Head over to Goodwill and grab a variety of dishes. Place the taper candle onto the protected surface. Add some glue to the top. Place a candy dish on the top. Start by placing a vase upside down and add a bowl to the top of the vase. And place a votive holder on the top. Let that dry for 24 hours. With one of the socks from Dollar Tree, cut off one end. Add a rubber band to one side of it. For the other piece of sock, cut alongside so that it opens up into one long strip. Then cut one long strip from that sock. Place the hat on top of the votive holder and then add the scarf to the neck. Embellish the front if you'd like with some ribbon and some pine. Add a tea light into the candle holder.
The first thing I'm going to do is turn one of my bowls upside down. Obviously, we're going to take our tag off, and then I'm going to take my glue gun, just going to gently push with a hot, high temp, old glue gun, and it's going to melt a hole right through our bowl. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make a circle of these holes. When you're having holes all in a circle, you just want to try and melt that part right between them so that it'll pop out a big circle for you. And there we have it, enough. It's melted. And again, be careful that you don't crack your bowl. And you've got a good sized hole, and I'm just going to sand off those rough edges. So I have finished with all of my bowls. That's 5 of this one and 4 of this one. I'm going to start with one of these bowls first. So what I'm going to do is I am going to feed these through the hole, but our battery pack is going to go under here, and I'm going to want a couple of lights down inside the base. And then I'm going to bundle this back up again. Now I have my second bunch. Same thing, the battery pack is going to go under here, and I'm going to just put these right through the same hole. And now we're going to add one of our large bowls, like so. Now I have this bowl on top of this one. I'm just going to add a bead of the adhesive right around the top here, and then we're just going to secure that bowl right to the bottom bowl. When you're confident that your adhesive is dry and that these are glued together well, so you can pick one up, then we're going to take our second large bowl and we're going to do the same thing, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my second bunch. And I'm going to put a bead of it around here so that I can secure these two bowls to one another. To get my little lights to stay, what I'm going to do is I have this clear waterproof floral tape, and I'm going to tape some of those lights. So I have 2 lights from each of my strands, and I'm just going to put that waterproof clear tape right across there to keep those right up in the top. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to make sure that that is centered, and we have a little top on our beautiful lighted tower. I'm going to take this plastic tray and put it beneath my tower of lights. Before I left the Dollar Tree, I picked up a couple of these glitter drapes, they call it, but it's the cotton with some glitter on it. I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to cut some of this and put it down around the bottom.